Curious George with the animal. This is my tape, you see? This pink. This is my original tape. Yes, I stick them it on it. My finger it hurts it. Because I stick my finger because my finger is hurt a little bit. This is the Tongjiang. This is George. George is a good little monkey and always very curious. One day, George went to the zoo with his friend, the man with the yellow hat. A new rainforest experiment was opening and they wanted to be the first one outside. And this, George is the curious George with the animal. But when they got to the new experiment, the doors were closed. We'll have to come back later, George, the man said. Why don't we visit the other animals while we wait? First, they stopped to watch a zookeeper feed the seals. When they tossed little fish in the air, the seals jumped up to catch them. They barked for more. It looked fun to feed the animals. Well, you could some like to eat, George? Asked the man with the yellow hat. And then gave a snack for them to share. When they stopped to see the crocodile, George remembered how the zookeeper fed the fish to seals. He was curious. Would the crocodile like something to eat? George tossed him a treat, and the crocodile snapped it out of the air. Then he visited the koalas. George drew the koala were cute. He was a friendly one. He was curious too. She wanted to see what George was eating, so he held out his hand to share. George treated an elephant and a baby kangaroo. George was making a lot of new friends at the zoo. The lion was already eating, but the hippopotamus tried a snack. Then he gave a treat on an ostrich. George flew the giraffe. What fun to feed the giraffe. George usually had their head high in the trees, but George could see that giraffe was too easy to feed. But as soon as he had it in her hand, the zookeeper came running. The zookeeper looked angry. Was he angry with George? George didn't know, and he didn't want to stay to find out. He slipped away. And Giraffe, happy to help. But where did George go? He's trying to be the best hide. But the little monkey can't stay still too long. When George wiggled, the zookeeper was waiting. I see you, he said. Just then, another zookeeper hurried by. Come quick, she said. Someone saw the parrot. The first zookeeper led George to a bench. The parrot from our new airplane escaped. I must have find it, he explained. He told George to wait for me there. And before he left, he said, don't you know you're supposed to feed the animals? The long fun make them sick. George felt awful. He didn't know he was supposed to feed the animals. He didn't want to make them sick. George just looked in the street and his hand, and all of a sudden, a big bird swooped down and snatched Rick up. Now George wasn't. He wasn't supposed to feed the animal, but this one had hardly served. The zookeeper passing by was happy to see George. "You found the parrot," she said. "We've been looking for this bird all day." When she saw George snack, she said, "That isn't the best thing to feed the parrot, but a little won't hurt. Would you like to help me put it back there where it belongs?" George was glad to help after all the trouble he had caused, and together they went back to the express. "There, our problem," the zookeeper said, pointing to a hole in the netting. As the zookeepers discussed how to fix it, George had an idea. He climbed like a monkey can. When he reached the hole, he tied the netting back together. Meanwhile, the first zookeeper returned. "Cat and lazy monkey," he yelled. "He is feeding the animals." "But the little monkey found the parrot," another zookeeper told him. "And look, he's fixing the netting. Now we can open the express." When George came down, all the zookeepers cheered. Finally, the celebration began and the doors all opened. The man with the yellow hat was there, and George got to be the first ones inside. After walking and the zookeeper dancing for his wife. "Visit please any time," they said. George couldn't wait to come back and see the friend. But next time, remember, unless you zookeepers don't feed the animals. The end. Bye bye. See you next time.